Hi, everybody. This is Tamara from Moogly, and hopefully, I'm coming to you live. It is Wednesday morning, March 27th, 2024, and I just wanted to take another chance here to sit and chat with you and tell you all about all the great things happening on Moogly and all the things coming up. Since we are live, as usual, I'm going to hit a couple buttons in here and see if I can get today's video to show up. Um, it doesn't always want to work on this end, but it lets me know that things are actually rolling. Alrighty. I found us on Facebook, and for some reason on YouTube, it's not popping up. So hopefully that is running. I'm going to go ahead and trust it for now. If we can get the comments up here in a little bit, we will. So let's go ahead and get to it. Again, if you're just joining us, hi everybody. I am Tamara from Moogly, and this is our twice a month Crochet and Catch Up, where I just let you know everything that's been going on and let you know what's coming up, so you can make sure to sign up for it and get to things ahead of time. So let's get to it. Now, there are just a couple months, or excuse me, a couple days left in the month of March. So that means that Yarnspiration's big sale is ending. And that means, of course, if you want to save 30% on your yarns, you've got just a few more days to do this. This is a really great opportunity. Most of the yarns there are on sale, and so are the tools. We just finished up the new Susan Bates Deluxe Hook Set giveaway. I finally got mine right before the giveaway ended. But it is another fantastic thing. Great time to buy these at 30% off. Now it includes a bag, which is fantastic. The hook sizes run F through K. There's 2 yarn cutters and, of course, 2 handles. And both of those ends of the handle are open, so you can have like a yarn cutter on one end, hook on the other. That's what I usually do. If you're making a project with 2 hook sizes you need to switch between, you can load those up. And yeah, it's just a really super handy set. And honestly, with the bag, much smaller than I expected it to be with the bag. So fantastic set. And of course, all the yarns, like I say, almost all the yarns are on sale. Some of the very new ones aren't. So check those out. But, and I always say it's a great chance to get those yarns that you can't get in stores. When we go to our local Michael's or our local Joann's, they only have so much shelf space. Now, you and I think, can all agree that there should be far more shelf space dedicated to yarn, but of course, they've got their setup and all those other crafts. So there's only so many yarns that can fit in store. There's a lot more available online. So things like this are a great opportunity to really try a few of those ones that you might not have taken a chance on otherwise. So just wanted to make sure everybody knows that is ending here at the end of the month. Of course, we've got some great things coming up right away. This weekend, as we all know, probably all know, is Easter. So happy Easter to everybody celebrating this weekend. And then the following weekend, I'm going to be up in Chicago for Stitch Up Chicago 2024. This is once a year. Doesn't happen every year, of course. World is a crazy place these days, but they are coming back this year, and I'm very excited to be one of the hosts. It will be myself, Patty Lyons. If you're a knitter, you know who Patty Lyons are, and if you don't, you should. Um, Natalie from Detroit Knot. She's this amazing Tunisian designer and just one of the nicest people. Mother of Pearl, another amazing knit designer, and another fantastic person. I've just really enjoyed getting to know a little bit over the last couple of opportunities that I've had to meet them. So really fantastic. Lots of other designers are coming for a designer showcase. There are going to be workshops, lots of freebies, food's included. It's just a fantastic weekend. If you're anywhere in the Chicagoland area, I'm going to be driving 3.5 hours to get there, and it is totally worth it, even if I wasn't hosting. It's just such a fantastic weekend. I really recommend it. So that is coming up the first weekend of April. And then later in the year, just so we don't forget, keep it on the calendar. Keep, making your plans, because this one takes a little longer to plan. We are going to England in October and Germany, Austria in December with craft tours. So there's going to be crafting. This isn't just some random, go see a European country with a craft organization. This is with me. I'll be there traveling with you every step of the way. I'm going to be teaching workshops. We're going to visit other people who do amazing crafts and things. When we're in London, the knitting and stitching show is happening, so we've included that in the trip, which is amazing and phenomenal. I'm so excited. I've never been to an overseas craft show, so I'm just thrilled. I know this is going to be huge. From what I understand, this is a huge, huge show. So really exciting stuff. Do check out the links for those. The information for England is up now. Germany is still in the works being planned, but you definitely want to go ahead and get signed up and secure your place. It's just such a phenomenal opportunity, and it's an incredibly good time. So I do hope you guys will come with us. We went to Ireland last year, and I can't stop thinking about it. It was really just phenomenal. So I'm excited to do 2 more trips with them this year. All right. Now, one trip I'm not going on, but I want to let those of you in the Northeast especially know about is that the CGOA is having a retreat this year. It's not the Chain Link Conference from past years. We're still building back up to that. The 2020s have been difficult on a lot of nonprofit organizations, and the Crochet Guild of America is 100% nonprofit. So they are having a chain space retreat. It's a little bit smaller, it's a little more intimate. It's honestly a little bit more high end, and that is going to be in July of this year. So I've linked out to that in today's post on Moogly, as well as everything else. If you want to click through, learn more about those and about each individual trip. If you're anywhere out in the Northeast, I believe the Chain Space Retreat is in Connecticut, but I'm not great with all those New England states. So, read your details for sure. But anywhere up there, if you're going to be out there this summer, just a really fantastic opportunity. So that's all the travel stuff. Now let's get on to what's been happening on the blog. We have our latest crochet along square, of course, right here. This is the Lodestar Square by Hooked for Life, Mary Beth Temple. Now, she did hers in only 2 colors. I ended up doing mine in my 3. I've switched to a different yellow for my, I think I've given it away. The next one is the 3rd. This is block 6. Well, with the next one, I'm going to be switching to a different yellow, but this is my last one in this yellow. Whoops. This is what the back looks like right there. That's what I get for being a step ahead. So you can see the back is pretty solid as well. Here's the front. I did add a couple extra rounds to mine. Just a little bit tighter crocheter than Mary Beth is, so I needed a couple extra rounds to get to size. And it looks like that's something a lot of other people have encountered with this pattern as well. Again, if you are curious about what this block looks like in different layouts, basically, be sure to head over to the Moogly Crochet Along Facebook group, the Moogly Afghan Crochet Along Facebook group. Fantastic group for a million reasons, but definitely great for inspiration. If you want to see what you can do with each pattern as it comes through, just give it a couple days, and there are color layouts I never even imagined. One person, I apologize, I don't remember her name off the top of my head. One lady added tassels to the points, and it's just such a really neat look. So unexpected. I absolutely love it. I immediately sent a screenshot of it to Mary Beth so she could enjoy it too. So thank you to Mary Beth, Hooked for Life, for the Lodestar Square. And we will have our next square, I believe, what's today's Wednesday? Not tomorrow, but next week. Next week is our next square. I had to think about it for a second. So that is where we're up to right now. That is, again, block number 6 out of 24 for the year. This is a very laid back crochet along. You don't have to do them in order. If you're just now hearing about it, please do jump on in. It's all free. All right, so we had the plush plant wrap come out this month. Can't bring it down here because it's up on my big plant upstairs. But we had that come out featuring Bernat Plush Big, and it does have a tutorial up now as well. It's a really simple pattern. Excuse me. Excuse me. Still getting over that little bit of a head cold there. It is a really simple pattern, although it uses the star stitch, which is a little bit trickier of a stitch pattern. But it is really practical and simple, and just, I think, one of those things that it's one of those things I love about crochet. You can find a pain point in your house, something that you don't like the look of, something that just isn't working for you, and find a solution with crochet. In my case, it was a beautiful hydrangea plant in a very old, just the plastic pot that it came in, right? It still had the price sticker on it. It wasn't the right time to transplant it. I didn't want to go out and spend, $100 on a great big new pot to put it on it. Yarn. Yarn and crochet saved the day. A simple wrap so that the bottom's open, and so watering won't be an issue. When I'm done with it, when I do transfer it, I can take it off, throw it in the wash, and put it on a different plant. And then I ended up making some for my jars as well, because I've got some Monstera cuttings that I've been propagating out, but they're just in old food jars, and now those look pretty snazzy too. So I hope you will check that one out. Thank you so much, Dawn, and everybody who's tuning in and leaving comments. And Sandra, thank you so much. And Elaine and Kathy and Becky, thank you so much for joining us. So that is up. Like I said, I didn't bring it down because it's up on my plants, and those plants don't want to travel all through my house. They're happy where they are. But the base, oh my gosh, I keep hitting the microphone today, you guys. I'm so sorry. The Bayside Tee is the latest pattern. Brand new, out on Moogly. Just came out on Friday. We finished filming the tutorial yesterday with some feedback from you guys. I heard that the arms part was a little tricky and confusing, and I know the neckline is a little, if you've never made a garment before, it can be a little strange. So I definitely took a little bit more time. That's why we got the plant wrap first. Pushed this sweater back, actually this top I should say, back about 2 weeks so that I could spend more time with it. And now we filmed the video tutorial, and I've really tried to take the time and hone in on the things that I think will be the trickiest for people. So fingers crossed that will be out Friday. But here it is. Didn't quite get it on this morning. I'm running a little behind, as you might have guessed. But this is the Bayside Tee. It features the track stitch, which is just treble crochet and single crochet rows alternating in these nice wide stripes. And of course, you can make it in whatever colors you like. You can make it a solid color if you prefer, whatever you like. I used Peyton's Grace for this one, which is, I think, one of the most fabulous yarns for making garments out of. And I had a couple skeins of it here that got buried. Let me pull them out here. There we are. Oop. Accidentally pulled the label right off that one. There we go. Peyton's Grace. So this one you might have spotted in stores before, and it stands out. It's a little different from the other yarns on the shelf. It's 100% mercerized cotton. So it has a little different feel. It doesn't feel quite as squishy. It feels a little smoother. It isn't quite as fuzzy as a lot of other yarns, but it's also very strong, and it has great drape and lay to it. It's also a number 3 weight. Let me find, where'd it go? There it is. It's so tiny right there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but it's a number 3 weight. So that means it's a thinner, lighter weight yarn than worsted weight or 4s, which is your sort of medium average weight, like what we use for the crochet along and stuff. But that means it's great for garments. I love using this yarn for all kinds of things. I use it for several household patterns in my book, but I love making garments out of this as well because it drapes really nicely. It washes up nicely. It's got just a hint of a sheen without being overly shiny, and it just feels really nice and light for summer. So that's why I chose this particular yarn. It also comes in tons of colors. This one's label just fell off on me, but lots and lots of colors. And I'm well aware that you're going to need multiple skeins depending on the size you're making. It does go up to 5X. And each skein, they look really small, but that is one of the reasons, now where'd I put it? That is one of the reasons that I chose this particular stitch pattern for this top. Not only does it have these treble crochet stitches that give it, as you can see, it's a really light, very drapey fabric, but it's also very breezy. And for the extra large size, which is the size I needed to make for me, I only used 8 skeins total, 4 in each color. So whatever 2 colors you want to use, or 8 skeins of whatever, 1 color you want to use. Some of the sizes I may have overestimated the yarn just a little bit. You'll have some left over, but I always say it's a little bit better to have too much left over than to come up, 10 yards short, right? So thank you so much. Hi, Jessica. Thank you. I appreciate that. All righty. Just checking for questions and stuff. Yes, the case on those hooks is really nice. I agree. Alrighty, so what else? We did a fairy core roundup. So that was something new to me. I'd heard of cottage core in the past couple years, but I hadn't heard of fairy core before. Yarn Inspirations came out with a whole collection. I had a couple that I thought fit. So we've got just another fun version of the fairy core roundup on mooglyblog.com right now. Then let's get to the giveaways. We've got 2 giveaways live right now on mooglyblog.com. The oldest one, if you will, the one that's closest to being over, is for the Babé Crochet hat templates right here. I've done many giveaways for these over the years, And the reason I keep agreeing to do them is because I still love this product and I use it every time I go to crochet a top-down hat. If I'm designing my own or coming up with my own pattern, I use these. If I'm following somebody else's, sure, I'll follow their pattern. But as a designer, as somebody who makes hats, these are absolutely fantastic. If you're somebody who likes to take a basic hat pattern and make it in a bunch of different sizes, you like to give them as gifts, you make them as craft fairs, you want them to fit, these are fantastic. Very simply, for those who don't know the way they work, when you start a top-down hat, you're usually starting in the center there with a circle. You work your way out in a flat circle. When the flat circle matches that curve, let me get that down a little bit there, the curve of the template, you know you've got the right size for the flat circle. So then you can start crocheting even, like we do for the length of the hat. When the hat is this length, then you've made this size. So there's different templates for the different sizes. And of course, there's a little card that explains, you know, which size, which template to use for which size of hat and what those measurements fit. So absolutely, again, fantastic tool. Highly recommend. We're doing a giveaway for them. It's open worldwide, so definitely enter that. And if you don't win, you can pick up a set of those at a couple different links that I've included in the giveaway. So yay, thanks you guys. Thank you. You guys are so nice. And then, of course, our other newest giveaway is one we've just done recently, but, we are coming back to Red Heart Granny Square, the all-in-one Granny Square yarn. The reason we're coming back to this one so soon, not only is it new, not only is it popular, it's got two brand new shades. There is a pastel rainbowy one, and there is like a neon and black one. These are both going to look really familiar to those who are a big fan of some of the striping Red Heart Super Saver out there. I think you're going to recognize those colorways. They have been in super high demand. In such high demand, I don't have any. I only have the old colors. I don't even have all the old colors. It's been an incredibly popular yarn. Yarn Inspirations is super happy about how much everybody's loving it. So we're doing another giveaway. New colors, old colors, it's up to you. But it is just a fantastic yarn, and it really does make granny squares like this. Now, there's a learning curve to it, but excuse me, there is a learning curve to it, but I have included right in the giveaway my video that I made for the sweater that I made using these squares that explains how to work with the yarn to get it to make a granny square for you. Because, of course, they can do all this research and find the average lengths everybody needs to make their color changes and everything, but every single one of us is going to crochet just a little bit differently. Our hands are different, our tension is going to be different, so you have to, you know, put in a little bit of effort back. They did a lot of pre-research to get the lengths right, but now we have to do that little bit of effort to make sure that we can work with those lengths too. Gotta work on that gauge, a little bit of a higher level of crochet, if you will. So, oh, yay. Michelle says, I have a bunch of the other colors and the neon one would be great. Yeah, they are just really fun. Like I say, those who are big fans of the Red Heart Super Saver striping, I think will definitely recognize the new Granny Square colorways. Very popular colors, very much in demand. So that's exciting. So yeah, we're giving away, I think it's 4 skeins of that, which is fantastic. And that is it for what's been happening and a few of the things that are coming up. I also want to give you a quick sneak peek of what I will be doing tomorrow on mooglyblog.com. Now, a couple weeks ago, I was lucky enough, I got to teach a Michael's class with a Karen Cakes showcase. So tomorrow's post on Moogly is going to be, I'm going to have embedded that video so you can watch right along with me, but I've also linked out to all the yarns we covered in that showcase and the patterns, all right there with the links. That was something, you know, in the class, it's ephemeral, it's in the chat, the links are gone. So I wanted to recreate that a little bit on Moogly Blog. So the links to the yarn are there and the links to all the patterns. Now, this particular yarn that I happened to pick up from the box, Cloud Cakes, didn't have any new patterns that we featured in the showcase, but I found a couple great ones that you can use with the new colors. Now, these are Cloud Cakes. Well, this one in particular is Cloud Cakes, but Karen Cakes in general, the vast majority of anything called a Karen Cake is exclusive to Michael's. So you'll have to buy the yarn itself at Michael's or michaels.com. But of course, there are tons of free crochet and knit patterns are your inspirations for these yarns as well. And these are worth checking out if you do get a chance to go into your local Michaels. They are also available on Michaels.com, I believe, if you don't, if you don't have a local Michaels, unfortunately. They aren't everywhere. But look at that one. That's the new Cloud Cakes color. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. It is so soft. I love this one. And then this one is a lot of fun too. This is a new one. Coconut Cakes. Oops, let's get it to focus. It looks like it might feel like the Red Heart Scrubby, but it really doesn't. This is incredibly soft. The eyelashes are not scrubby. They're soft. They're pretty. It's just a whole lot of fun. And then, I took the label off this one, so it's not a very good example. This one is the Cinnamon Swirl Cakes. If you guys haven't checked that one out yet, this is sort of a springy color. Very pretty. This one is sort of your usual bouncy Caron cake yarn. And then somewhere in here, here's one with a label on it. Same yarn without a label. But at 1 o'clock Central Time today, I will be teaching a Michaels class featuring skinny cakes, which is this one right here. Excuse me. This cold does not want to go away. So the colorway I'm using is this one. Let's see. I took the label off to make sure it would stay nice. It's called, let me find it here. Cupcake. This one is called Cupcake, which is really fun. I guess I can put this back on now. There we go. So I will be using this one in this afternoon's class for Michaels. It's 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. Central. You do need to sign up for it. It's a free class, but you have to sign up for it on Michaels.com, and I have linked to it. So there is still time to go sign up for that, I believe. And if you don't get signed up in time, if you're not able to go, if 1 o'clock Central this afternoon isn't when you're free, I will be turning that into another blog post in Moogly, so you can follow along with the video later, and I will have the pattern and everything linked. But now that I've got the yarn put away, I made myself a little room here. I can show you this is what we're making this afternoon. This is officially called the Caron Crochet Hair Bandana. And it's just a really fun pattern, little accessory for summer. I love these actually because I love keeping my hair out of my face. Right here, just like that. Super handy, super cute. I really enjoyed working with the Caron Skinny Cakes. I don't get a chance to work with the cakes as often myself. I usually tend to stick to yarns that are available on yarnspirations.com, but this is really soft stuff. I really, really do enjoy it. And I think the yarn weight, again, I think this is another 3. Let me double check. Yes, this is another 3. And so again, if you are looking to make some summer garments, other things that you want to be just that little bit extra drapey and lightweight, then I would definitely pick up some of these Caron Skinny Cakes at your local Michaels, or again, order some on Michaels.com. It is 100% acrylic, so that makes it like super easy care, wash, dry, easy peasy. Love that. So we'll be doing that project this afternoon on the Michaels class. It's free. Again, I have linked that in the post, so you can go ahead and get signed up for that. Now, I will have a couple classes coming up in April. A couple patterns too. Those are in the works. But I will have a couple of Michaels classes coming up in April. I believe those are going to be the second and third Tuesdays of each week there. Let me pull up a calendar in front of me here so I can get those actual dates. That's March. So I believe they're going to be April 9th and 16th. I don't have any other details on them yet, but they're usually, early afternoon. So if you want to mark your calendars for those, I will be putting out more information on those just as soon as I have it. But I think that's about it for today. Let me just look through my list here. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. These bandanas, you can see there's my note to myself when I'm teaching this class. These bandanas, you get like 6 of them out of each skein of the Caron Skinny Cake. So if you're somebody who does like craft fairs, or you like to make gifts in bulk or something, that would be a great project for that. There we go. All right. Yes, I agree, Michelle. Those colorways are awesome. And the bandana is just really fun. It's just, as you can see here, it's, a granny stitch, but it grows a little bit. It grows in an unexpected way. When I first started making it, I wasn't sure where it was going. And then I saw how it come together and I really liked it. So that will be this afternoon. Yes, I think that's it. Don't forget about those craft tours, crochet tours, and Stitch Up Chicago coming up the weekend after this weekend, the first weekend in April. So I hope to see you there. If you're anywhere in the Midwest, you can come join us. That would be amazing. And yeah, I think that is about it for today. I don't see any questions. So I'm going to go ahead, I think, and call it here so you can get a chance to head over to mooglyblog.com, get all the links for everything I've talked about today, and of course, get signed up for that class this afternoon if you'd like. Maybe I'll see you there. Otherwise, I'll see you next time, and I hope you have a great day. Bye, everybody.